Welcome to Capture the World with Dee. Interviews with companies and individuals to learn more about digitally capturing the built world. Video, drone, 3D tours, pictures, panoramas, and more. And now your host, a social influencer and community activist, Dee Johnson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Capture the World with Dee. I'm your host, Dee Johnson. Today's episode is being sponsored by Cubicasa, the makers of a revolutionary app that allows you to scan a property using a mobile device in under 5 minutes. You get a professional floor plan in one business day. If you haven't checked them out yet, go to cubi.casa, that's cubi.casa, and start scanning today. My guest today is the co-founder of CloudPano, a virtual tour software platform that empowers you to create 360 virtual tours. He's the father of 2 young boys, who are really cute, by the way, who also likes to build entrepreneurs. Please help me welcome Zach Calhoun. Hi, Zach. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Dee. Thank you so much for having me. What a wonderful intro. I was telling Dee before the call, you're doing a great job. You're juggling all this stuff, and this live call has already been a lot of fun.
Thanks. All right. So
Sure.
we have a lot of viewers that are watching, and let's get started with telling the world a little bit about Zach the person.
Oh yeah, sure. My name's Zach Calhoun. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I grew up on the north side of Houston. I went to school in San Antonio. I played baseball, so I was a baseball player. And I moved back. Met my wife through a friend from my church. We ended up getting married in kind of a whirlwind. And before we knew it, we had our first boy, Wyatt, on the way. And so now we have 2 boys, and me and my wife are still getting to know each other. We have 2 kids. We live in Houston. We love it. What me as a person, what I'm passionate about is not just my family, but also to helping people. So what we have done a lot, I think, really well at CloudPano is we've listened to customers well, and we've really worked super hard on building features and building a platform where folks can come in, make life choices, and say, yes, I'm going to go provide value in this way, and then come back to us as a community and help each other grow their business. And so I get emails all the time. It has insight into who I am as a person. So stick with me. I get emails all the time. People who are maybe in a hard spot in life, or going through something, and they say, Zach, your content, your stuff, your software, it's helped me kind of be reinvigorated with life. And I just want to say thank you. And so that stuff has really set a fire in me as we build CloudPano, not only the software platform, but also the community. So I have a partner with CloudPano. His name is Clayton Rothschild. He's a good friend of mine. He's a really great person. He also has 2 boys, which is funny. So we're like this, crew of boys everywhere we go. So I was telling Clayton one day, years from now, we'll launch maybe a YouTube channel called, entrepreneurs who also change diapers at the same time. So it's like part of what we do all the time. We're like laughing. It's like how are we even making it? But anyways,
Well, I have
it's
2 boys too.
oh
So can
great.
I
How old are
join the
they?
club? Mine are
Yes,
way
of
older.
course. Well, great. That's awesome. I love boys. They're a lot of fun. I love teaching my sons just new things. So
Mhm.
like how to say certain words, or like and they see the world through this very fresh perspective. So I get to know that, hey, like, everything I do is being watched. So I can't just come home and be on my phone. Like sometimes I have to like
Yep.
turn off the customers and not answer emails, and people always try to hit me from every Facebook Messenger ever, and I have to just kind of put those down and say, hey, this is what's important. So really, that's super important to me. So that if you're a Cloud Panel user, or even you somehow indirectly related to us through Cubicasa, all of whatever you do to invest your time and money with Cloud Panel will be to only do one thing, which is build a better family for the Calhouns and the Rothschilds, and also, of course, each other as a community. So we're really focused on like transparency, authentic relationships. We're not just some software platform where you upload photos and like press publish, even though you could just do that very quickly. Um, we're also a place that we're building things of the future. So folks get really excited about that because we're here to help them not only just like build awesome virtual tours, but also like build a better life, a better business, and a fun future. So we're just utilizing tech to do that, and so we're excited about it.
That's cool. So I know that there's a story behind how CloudPano got started. Why don't you walk us through that?
Sure. So um, I'm an entrepreneur by trade. I already have kind of an entrepreneur history, so I already have an existing, businesses that I own and that run, and I have systems that we've built, and I built, and I have employees, and one day I went to Clayton, who's my friend also at my church, and I said, hey, bro, listen, I got some ideas for a software product. Give me your feedback on this. And I sent him over a 360 photo, which essentially, if flat on the screen, is an equirectangular, is what it's called, 2-to-1 ratio photo. All a 360 photo is a weird shaped photo flat on the screen. And I said, hey, man, can we do something with this? And I sent him over the image. Well, he didn't really respond to me. And a day later, he sent me back this link. And I clicked on it. And in my internet browser on my phone, opened up this motion sensor view photo in a kitchen, some kitchen somewhere, and I'm moving, and the picture's moving with me. No app download, no cumbersome, having to like make a username or internet. I'm just clicking and I'm looking, and I'm in the space. And I was like, whoa. I remember I was literally, this is illegal, but I was driving and looking at it and doing this. Like, I know I shouldn't be driving, but I couldn't like take my eyes off it. I was like, wow, this is the future. And almost in the same way where like, the TV, gets turned on for the first time, or color TV gets put on for the first time. It's not that newspapers go away. We have a new channel to input and receive information.
Mm-hmm.
And I see 360 as that channel. So this is before we even like made it VR compatible, where you could throw it in a mobile VR headset and fully immersive and do all those cool like hotspot features. I had one room, I had one photo that when I moved, it moved. And I was like, this is cool. So seeing like this opportunity, seeing this idea, I knew my inner entrepreneur kicked in and said, okay, this is really cool, can be very big, will be very big. Someone's going to figure this out. People are already trying to figure it out. What if instead of me trying to just say, hey, Clayton, here's a bunch of money, go build the software, because he's a technical guy. He's the robust technical architect, and he sometimes even codes himself when it comes to building the software itself. I'm the other side of the business, sales, marketing, et cetera, vision. Well, so back to the story. My inner entrepreneur kicked in and said, okay, don't go build this until you go sell it to someone. Go show someone in person.
Mm-hmm.
Super important. We have so many entrepreneurs who are idea guys, and they want to be an entrepreneur, and they have this great idea, or they utilize tech, say it's 360 or Cubicast, say, hey, I can make this really cool thing. But if they don't go sell it first, they don't know it's validated, right? So it's super important to validate. So I knew that from past entrepreneur experiences, from past failures and successes. Seeing the path is very clear. When you show someone something they want, they go, how much does it cost? And they start reaching to their wallet. It's my wallet right here, and pulling out money to give it to you. That's how you validate it. People's, your friends will say, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd pay for that. They probably won't pay for it. So someone has to validate, right? That's very important. So I'm like, okay, an entrepreneur kicks in. I'm going to go pitch this. So I start cold calling real estate offices. My first couple of cold calls were horrible. Like I didn't even know what to say. But then someone told me, yeah, well, we do have this weekly sales meeting. You can maybe sponsor it. And I was like, okay, what's that mean? And she's like, well, if you come in and buy breakfast, you can come show off what you do. I said, awesome. So I made up a fake, I made up a virtual tour business. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go pitch some real estate offices. So I bring Taco Cabana, which is a local Mexican food chain down here in Texas. I bought breakfast tacos. It's like $30. Okay. So for $30, I'm in there pitching 30 to 50 real estate agents. So I ended up doing this like 3 or 4 times just to make sure. And I brought one piece of paper. On the top, it said, I want a 360 tour. And I handed it out at the end of my 5-minute pitch. And I said, one time offer, I'll give it to you for almost free. It's like $50 a tour. I was just trying to get the wallet out, right? Sure enough, half the room signs up for this. So yeah, sure, I want it. Name, email. I have the picture of it actually. So I was like, I walk out the room. I'm like, Clayton, we're on to something, man. We're on to something big. And I knew, like I validated. So hey, someone told me I'd pay for it. I said, once they pay for it, we're gonna go build it. And so that's what happened. So we ended up going all these houses around Houston. I'm shooting these. I bought a camera after I pre-sold, so I didn't have a camera stand, nothing, no photography experience. And what I learned, if you're a real estate photographer listening, what I learned quickly was that the real estate niche is just one niche. There's hundreds of niches. The real estate niche wants the full package. They want pictures, they want
Yep.
360 tours, they want the floor plan by Cubic Casa, and like they want all those things. And so I wasn't wanting to go march down the path of becoming a real estate photographer myself because I wanted to build a software platform. So I pre-validated, and then I said, okay, I'm going to go build this thing, and then keep trying to sell it. Or keep pushing on it. So there was this, that's kind of the story how we got started, and so a lot of things that happened in between now and then. But that's like the hustle that it takes. Like, so anyone who knows that, like, when you get started in a business, there's this hustle period, there's this grind period where you have to like really put in the legwork yourself. Like you're calling them on the phone, you're emailing them yourself, like you're doing everything yourself. You're sending invoices. You're praying to God they'd pay for it. So that's the fun part. It's also the super hard part. And there's just like this area you have to get past that's like invisible that you don't know. It's like this chasm that you have to get past it. If you get past that, you're in this place of growth. Like we're in a place now where we're going to make money, we're going to grow continually. There's no stopping what's happening, which is really cool. Well, and that's not true. Something could always happen. But I guess what I'm saying is we're way past that like survival mode. Now we're in a healthy place, and we're excited about that. But the folks so to cast a vision for other people who are entrepreneurs out there, if you do the legwork up front and talk to customers in person, like get in front of them, talk to them, this will edge out a clear path for you for the long term.
Yep.
If you just have ideas and you start throwing up ads or landing pages or random things, it's going to create a lot of confusion. You're not sure what what's signal and what's noise. You need to talk to people and understand what's signal. So my advice to anybody is think long term and then do the hard stuff now. Ignore all of like the people who like, I made $10 million in 1 month and yada, 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 and all these advertisements. Just ignore all of that. Don't compare yourself. Just do the hard work now, validate, and then that will make things very clear for you. So I'll give you a great example. For our story, we started to pitch real estate agents, thinking, okay, agents will love this. This will be easy, and I'm pitching them on using the software itself. So I'm like doing demo calls. I'm sending out VR headsets in the mail. I sent like 5 or 6 of them to real estate agents around the country, like big, nice VR headsets. I get them on the call. They got the VR headset on. They're like, yeah, this is really cool. It's really neat. They said it was really cool, but they didn't want to pay for it. So I knew, okay, we got to pivot quickly. This is the wrong niche. So that's how you learn something fast. It's like, hey, you talk to them, you do the hard stuff up front, and then once we shifted to the provider, the service provider, things took off. Like I had people easily throwing money at us. It wasn't as not easily, but it still took the hard work. But I guess what I'm saying is that was signal. The first one was noise. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this, but no one wants to pay for it. That's the interesting, like you may have a great idea and a great service and a great product, but if you target the wrong person, they're not going to care. So that's a big, so don't be discouraged if you pick the wrong niche at first. That happens to everybody, but take your knowledge and your learnings from that, target a couple more niches, see what happens. And then you'll know, hey, is this a great idea? Or hey, this is a stupid idea, let's move on. That's it.
So summarizing, the first thing you have to do is find out if the product you want to build is something that people will pay for and want and will help them. And then be flexible enough while you're figuring all this out to make changes as you go. And I think the key thing that you said here is you listen to customers, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm from customer support, so of course I think listening to customers is important. But it's you can build the best thing since sliced bread, but if nobody values that, it's like you're wasting your time. So the advice you're giving is absolutely on point and very important, and hopefully somebody out there watching will learn from that. All right, so let's segue into what is CloudPano.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm talking about CloudPano, and we haven't even talked about what it is. So CloudPano at its core is a 360-degree virtual tour platform. You upload 360 photos to our platform, connect them however you wish, make an experience, takes a few minutes, press publish, and you deliver it to your client and get paid. This is, it's really cool because it's so simple. And it wasn't easy to make it simple, but we, I think, accomplished that. We get compliments all the time. Hey, this is really easy. It's fast. I love it. People say, I spent 10 minutes on your platform and I made $200. Like, great. That's what I want to hear. So that's what CloudPano is. Now, there's a lot of bells and whistles to CloudPano. Of course, as you grow something, people ask for features, you have ideas, you try things out. So one thing that's super important that I think everywhere should know, if you're considering getting into the 360 space, whether you have a single shot 360 camera, you want to take, old school, I call it old school. If you want to take, multiple panoramas, stitch them together, or you want to rip out of a different provider's 3D scanner and put it into our platform, you can use any hardware you want. Okay, you just upload it to our platform. We take care of the rest, right? We host it for you. And as a Pro Plus user, you can download your tours, back them up somewhere. You can even put them on your client server if you want to, which is kind of cool. And also too, we have all the basic things you would think of and more. So you can add hotspots. So hotspots where you click it with your finger and watch it on your phone, or you can of course on your desktop, it's compatible desktop, tablet, mobile phone. Most people are mobile first. You press the motion sensor button and it moves with you. That's the coolest part. Like if you're pitching somebody on the service, say, hey, listen, this is what it does. Here's how it looks. Press that motion sensor button. And I want you to stand up and move around. Mm-hmm. And they'll feel the feeling I had. I can see the ceiling. I can see the ground. I can see everything. So that's a really cool thing. It builds instant comfort with the client, the user, and their prospective leads. What's cool about it is it also aligns with their goals. So they want to have more leads, more customers, more sales. Whether it's a small business owner, whether you're selling RVs, selling cars, whether you're have a self-storage unit, whether you're in the real estate space and you want to sell houses faster. This aligns with their goals. So you are aligned with their goals. Hey, I want to help you here. This is something you could add on to your business very easily. So if you're a photographer, you can plug it right in. We have so many folks just plug it into their business. One guy said through one of our comments, I increased my revenue 50%. Wow. Just by plugging in this service. I said, cool, that's awesome. But his time was not increased that much. It was increased like by 10 minutes, So like, okay, cool. That's 10 minutes per home. That's what you want. You want an efficient way to get more revenue. Also, it's really cool about CloudPano that some of the Pro Plus features, you can keep your own domain name. So we call it white labeling or private labeling. So the CloudPano brand goes away and your brand shines. That's really important as a local provider. You want your work to showcase you, right? So as folks click the link, look around in their browser on their phone or on their desktop, they're saying, well, this person, who's River Oak 3D Media. Let's go. I'll click their URL, I'll check them out. I'll give them a call. Come shoot my location. Yeah. What happens now is it's a natural marketing piece. Your business and your brand compounds, and really, honestly, for free. That's the best type of marketing is word of mouth marketing, right? So we built that feature and we put on SSL certs on people's domains. We do that because we want our users to make more money. It's a simple solution. Yep. How do we help them make more money and do better? That's what we're going to do. So to the point where we're like working on trainings. I'm going to teach folks on Friday how to run Facebook ads. I'm going to do it in our Facebook group, which is called Virtual for Profit. I'm going to help however I can, because the more they make, the more money they make, the more they're going to love CloudPano, tell their friends, and of course, they're going to stay with us hopefully for a long time. That's what we want. Another feature we have which helps them align with their customers' needs is called lead generation. You click one button, it adds a little icon to your tours, and if a viewer clicks it, a little pop-up window says whatever you put there. Say, hey, want more information about this property? Add your name and email. So let's say I'm a home buyer and I'm looking in, Richmond, Texas, or I'm looking in wherever, Katy, Texas, wherever, that's where I live. I'm like, this is a pretty cool house. I want to know more about it, or is it still for sale? Put my name and email in there, press send. CloudPano is going to send an email over to your client. So not you. You don't have to do anything. It just automatically. So we actually bought the domain name 360lead.com, something like that. Anyway, so this email is going to send an email to your client that says, you got a new virtual tour lead. Here's their information. So now you have just made a lead generation feature on your virtual tour. You don't really have to do any work, but I tell our users, but you should charge a premium for this. There's no reason why you can't charge a hosting fee monthly to add on an advanced tour like this.
Hmm.
A lot of big business owners, they don't mind at all. Yeah, I'll pay $50 a month. I'll pay $100 a month. I've seen apartment complexes pay $100 a month for this type
Yep.
of service,
Yep.
and that's like on top of a setup fee. So we're talking about a whole different VR 360 service offering. It's exploding everywhere. It's all over the world. It's so cool. We got users from like 20 countries messaging us. So we're translating the app, stuff like that, which is really cool. So we have a lot of cool features. You can add a floor plan, and I'm pitching QB Casa on, like, give me a little link where I can click it and say, hey guys, just go to QB
Yeah.
Casa, create the floor plan, and put it on CloudPano. That hopefully is coming soon.
Yep. We're working on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, great. And then, and so also too, we have a lot of customization. We have new themes coming out, custom hotspots coming out really soon. You're going to be able to go on Google Street View and just upload your panos right on the Street View. That's coming up soon. This is all big deal stuff, because what it does is it aligns with not just your goals as a user, but it aligns with your customers' goals, which is they want to make more, get more leads and more customers,
Yep.
and they want to build rapport wherever they can. So this is a great way to do that. And yes, still photos are still really cool and really important, and should be something you offer in your business. Absolutely, obviously, but 360s here, man, is taking over the world. And if you don't have it, if you're not there, if you're not plugged in, you're going to miss out on honestly, a lot of easy money, especially with cloudpano.com. We're building this thing so you can make money. It's not expensive, you know? So, yeah, excuse me. So that was a lot. There's more features. I can't like go through all of them. It's just when I have enough time. But yeah, so does that kind of answer what it is, I guess?
Yeah, so if you want to learn more, their website is cloudpano.com. It's CLOUDPANO.com.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the one of the things that I really like about CloudPano is it's not just a platform for uploading 360 photos. You're trying to help people grow their business. So if somebody wants to watch your Facebook webinar or whatever the webinar you mentioned, how do they get to that? Can you tell people?
Yeah, sure. So there's a couple ways, and we have a newsletter that that comes through email. That's one channel. One of my favorite places to find us and talk to me directly and our team and other providers like you is our Facebook group. It's called Virtual Tour Profit. You just search it and it'll pop right up. There's over 1,000 people in that Facebook group helping each other. So as you have questions, or as you go about your business, or as you go out pitching this, you're putting together pricing, you're wondering, hey, give me some feedback, or hey, I'm considering this hardware and this post-processing workflow. What do you guys think? People are helping each other there. And I'm in there helping wherever I can, because I care about these people. I know where they live. I know where they're from. I know it's an interesting thing. So there's probably, out of the 1,200 people in that Facebook group, there's probably 100, 200 people who will answer you within a few minutes. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'll help you out. And what's cool about that is, like, you're not alone, bro. Sometimes entrepreneurship is lonely. Let's be honest, you know, because you're like the guy with the ideas and the implementation. You're building these systems out, and you're probably hiring a team. And like when you go to your grandma at Thanksgiving and you say, hey, yeah, I'm trying to hire an admin for my business. She's like, cool. What's that mean? You know, they don't know, like you're like trying to build a robust business that like runs without you and with you and does well and profitable and
Mhm.
cash flowing. And, you know, so you need community. You know, that's
Yep.
what's really important to us. We all need community. We're human beings. You know, it's not just a business thing. It's a human thing. So
Yeah.
I would advise, you know, if you're considering this space, if you're considering 360, join the Facebook group. And on CloudPano, the app itself, it's app.cloudpano.com. We have free demos you can use. So there's a community you can absolutely get connected with. We have demos from permission from the community. You can clone these demos onto your account, okay? Like an Airbnb log cabin, beautiful tour. You can click that, clone to your account, put your name on it, and say, hey, hello, sir, would you like one of these? Like, check it out, and like move it around and put it in a VR headset. Go pre-sell with those. Our community has given those to you for free, which is so cool. And so really you don't have any excuse other than, hey, what do I say? Or, hey, how do I do this? You know, a few minutes before I hopped on this call, and one of our users messaging me, she had this landing page and this idea of how she was going to like sell the service. And I said, hey, cool idea. Love this. but it sounds like you haven't talked to enough customers yet. And she's like, well, yeah, I know it's hard. I know it's weird. I know it feels uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but you got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to do it. It's the hard part, but you have to do it
Yeah.
because it gets easier later. The stuff you're doing now is like step 3 or 4, you know, and I was like, you need to do the first step, which is talk to your customers. And she appreciated that, you know, and I wasn't telling her anything that was revolutionary, you know, about business. It's just that a lot of times we as humans, we see these 4 or 5 options and we choose the easiest option, right?
Yep.
Like I could sit here and build it. I do that all the time. I could sit here and write a blog post or write an email, or what I should be doing is calling up QB Casa with Dean Johnson. You know, that's what I should do. You know,
Yeah.
so it's a human. So as you have these 4 options, present those in our Facebook group, and ask, hey guys, is this dumb or is this a great idea?
Yeah.
And folks are getting feedback, and you use that to make a choice. You can't make choices for you, but you know, you need community for those kind of things.
Yeah, so if you haven't started a business yet, this is a great opportunity to start one. And the thing I really like is you have this community behind you, but Zach's there. He wants you to succeed and he's willing to spend some time and help you. And that's rare. And if you already have this business, it's another great way to add some more revenue to what you're doing. And I do think the 360 revolution is coming, and there are a lot of companies now that are hopping on the bandwagon, and so definitely check out CloudPano. Again, it's cloudpano.com, CloudPano.com, and you can go search around their website. It's a really good website. I spent some time on it, and you can see all the great features they have, including the one where you can upload a floor plan that you've ordered from QB Casa and put hotspots on that. And that's definitely something that a lot of people have asked for. And we are working with CloudPano at this point to have some type of partnership. So exciting things coming. And again, check out their Facebook group, which is
Virtual Tour Profit.
awesome. All right. So last question for you.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
What is your secret sauce? I think you kind of already answered that, but
yeah. Yeah, I guess I just kind of ranted and forgot you were going to ask that question. I'm a talker. I apologize. So, okay, so our secret sauce, you know, and I shared it kind of in the tail, I think, and we actually care. You know, we actually give a dang, and that the idea in business, and this is important for you. I think you can adopt my secret sauce if you're a listener watching. You're saying, "What's the secret?" You know. When you go sell something, if you care about that customer and you care about that client more than yourself, they will know.
Yep.
And they'll feel it.
Yep.
It's some type of vibration or something. They know, they care.
Yeah.
And they're paying attention. Like, is this guy looking me in the eye, or is he just trying to pitch me on a service? It's like when you go to somebody and you say, hey bro, listen, I have all these skill sets. I can shoot amazing, photos. I can post-process with the best of them. I can throw out 360 virtual tours. I'm a VR provider, bro. I can make floor plans with an app I call QB Casa. I got all kinds of skills. Let me ask you a question. What's the most important thing to you? And they're going to sit there for a second, and they're going to lean back, and they're going to say, you know, here's the most important thing I have. And what happens is, I call it the pillow effect. This is what I call it. When someone puts their head on the pillow, they think about what's the most important thing to them every day, every night, every day. What are they repeatedly thinking about? If you can talk to that pain, you will succeed. All these skill sets are fun, but if you don't know how to understand someone's really important pain, then you're gonna get crushed, because nobody cares about all the stuff you can do. What they care about is their pains, right? So take that and use that when you go sell. Hey, a simple question? What's the most important thing in your marketing right now? What's the most important thing in your business right now? Use that question however you like, because we ask that question, and that determines everything we're doing. So one really important thing that CloudPano is going to be doing is working on folks to be able to charge monthly recurring revenue. One important thing we're going to be doing, because that's important to my users. One important thing to them is I'm going to teach them how to get inbound leads, how to buy up advertising. Now that's step 3 or 4. That's a big deal, but you got to learn how to talk to customers too. So here I am telling you, I'm like saying, hey, listen, I'm an entrepreneur too. Like, that's my secret sauce, is like, I'm one of you, that's it. And I make mistakes. I try stuff. I waste money on stuff sometimes. It hurts, but then I learn, I call it the cost of tuition. So that's kind of our secret sauce, is like, is we do our very best to learn about customers' pains and users' pains, and then help them. And then you should do the same thing. If you do that, you're going to find success. Money will find you. If you don't do that, and you just worry about yourself, you're going to be frustrated and feel like you're pushing the wall. This is not moving. The wall's not moving. It's because you're not listening. That's the answer.
I think that's so true. I mean, my old company that I worked at, it came across to customers that I really did care, and I do. I care
Yeah,
deeply about customers, whereas other people, not so much. So
sure.
I think that is definitely something that comes from the heart, but everybody can do that. So
That's
that's
right.
great advice. Awesome.
Cool.
Well,
Thanks, Dee.
thank you, Zach, for taking the time out of your day. I know you're a busy man. I've learned a lot about CloudPano. I hope you have too. Again, if you want more information, it's cloudpano.com, spelled CLOUDPANO.com.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's any tech, product, or company you'd like to learn more about, please let me know. If you're watching live, you can add your suggestion to the chat box right over here. If you're watching the recording, please add your comment to the suggestion area below. I will also post the name of the Facebook group and your website address as well, so people who are watching can take a look at it. If you missed one of our episodes, you can find past episodes on YouTube. Just search for Capture the World with Dee. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. This has been Capture the World with Dee with Zach Calhoun, the co founder of CloudPano. I hope you have a great week and see you next week. Bye, everyone.